Hey, I'm Al Corlin. Thanks so much for joining me. We are in Vancouver, British Columbia right now, shooting video with some of our client companies, some of our sponsor companies specifically. I'm chatting right now with Rod Husband. Rod is the president of a company called Majestic Gold. A couple things I have to say in the interest of full disclosure here. One of them is I do own shares in this company. If I decide to sell the shares, I will certainly let you folks know 3 days in advance before I do that. Number one, and number two, I used to be a director of the company, not anymore. How come you're not a director, Al? Real simple. Too much of a conflict of interest when you do the type of thing that I do on radio and on video, and actually being involved with a company like that. So we decided we would simply eliminate the conflict of interest. But we're still friends, right?
Absolutely.
Majestic Gold. Gold in China. Let's talk about that.
Correct. Well, we got involved over there in 2003, as you know, and been working on, had two projects that we drilled off, multi-million ounces on both, 1.5 on the one out west, and the one that we're currently on right now stands at a combination of indicated and inferred around 3 million ounces. And we subsequently sold the one out west back to our partners, helped us in 2008, 2009 in the funding crisis, and focused our efforts on one project, and it's proving to be very good. I mean, it's being mined right now on a small scale. We hope to make it much bigger.
What exactly is going on right now when you say mined on a small scale? Can you define that, and then let's talk a little bit about what you're doing to ramp that up, so to speak.
Sure. In the last, well, this year basically, and at the end of last year in December, we got together with our mining contractor partner. We had a Chinese joint venture partner, and we were somewhat butting heads on the method to move forward. We viewed it as a big open pit mine, and they wanted to continue doing what they knew, which was underground mining. And Mr. Kong had the mills that we were using to process the ore, and he saw it our way. So in December, he came to us and says, look, this stalemate's doing nobody any good. What if I put together some investors and we take out Muping's interest and then vend it to you on a share exchange basis? We become big shareholders in Majestic. Well, it was the perfect deal for us because it brought him into Majestic as a shareholder, meaning that his interests were now the same as ours.
Sure.
We want to build a big company and build a big mine. So then in January, he recommenced operations, basically digging in the open pits and cleaning out the underground workings where Muping was, and processing the ore through his two mills. So that's continued to date. We have the capacity to process up to 1,400 tons per day. We're averaging anywhere from 900 to 1,200 on a month-over-month basis.
Ron, if you could annualize that for me, if you would. On an annual basis, how many ounces would the company be producing?
Right now, it's about 700 a month. So we're doing 6,000 to 9,000 ounces per year.
Okay.
And by the time December's over, that number will be about, well, it'll be 100% accurate, because for the past 9 months, it's been averaging about 660 ounces per month.
What is going to grow that? I mean, people really don't have a lot of interest in a company doing 8,000 or 9,000 ounces a year. You and I both know that, but what's going to grow it? What's going to kick it up to over 100, let's say?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we have the resource estimate that just came out earlier this year, put us at this 3 million ounce level. So one of the other,
that's a good number.
Yeah, exactly. One of the other developments was Mike Hibbets joined the company and is now on the board as our exploration head of exploration and development, mainly development. He's been involved in developing a lot of mines in Canada. He was involved with Silvercorp in China, so he knows his way around over there. So he's over there helping Mr. Kong build this mine. So 1,400 tons a day isn't going to cut it. This really needs somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 to 10,000. So Mr. Kong, in April, May, started to go out and make plans to make this a bigger mine. So he cleared a pad, started to build a new mill. So we have a 6,000 ton per day mill that's at least 50% complete today. It's probably only about 4 months away from being 100% complete. That'll increase our capacity to 7,400 tons per day, which, based on grade, would be somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 or 100,000 ounces per year being produced, using our recoveries of 90% and our average grade of 1.3 grams. Which is exactly what we're proving through our small-scale mine right now.
What are plans for next year?
Well, we have ongoing right now, we've engaged Wardrop's parent company, Tetra Tech in China, to complete a scoping study, preliminary economic assessment report, if you like. That's due out sometime in December. That'll give us the basis of a mine plan, which Mr. Kong can follow, because his mining right now is all over the place. He doesn't know where to focus, so he's just digging rock that looks good. So when he can start to focus on ore versus waste, our grade will go up through the mill and our production will go up. That's due out mid-December. Once we get that, then we roll that forward to the Chinese engineering studies that are required in China to increase our mining permit and our size of the mining license, if you will. That'll start to come out in the first quarter of next year. We've got the government behind us 100% over there, pushing us and everybody else to hurry up and make this a big mine. China's very eager for more gold being produced in China. So by, scoping study comes out, then it's a matter of raising enough money to make sure that the mills are fully paid for so we can commence operations. I mean, Mr. Kong's bootstrapping it right now. Sure. Basically borrowing money to push it ahead as much as he can, but ultimately it's going to cost somewhere in the neighborhood of $40 million to build. We hope the scoping study is enough for us to go out and get a loan of some kind and then roll into pre-feasibility study after the Chinese studies are done. That'll enable us to go out and get project financing, which will have a fairly low interest rate, and off we go to
off you go, yeah.
make. I mean, but by next year we should be up to capacity, and then as we get the mine plan implemented, by mid-year to third quarter next year, be on target for 100,000 ounces per year from there on. And that still isn't big. I mean, that gives us a 30-year mine life based on our current resource.
So you're going to continue to grow the asset, hopefully.
Yeah, we have. Yeah. We've done some drilling, and very shortly there will be some news coming out on that, but it looks very positive for the ability to expand it to the north. And then we know there's a deeper potential. I mean, we haven't done any deep drilling yet because from surface it's 500-600 meters to where the higher grade quartz veins are going to be. So we're going to develop underground targets to drill from. That's another thing that Mike's doing over there. So exploration will ramp up over the next little while. We've just successfully completed getting about $9 million in from warrant exercise at the end of October. So the company's well funded. We still have proceeds in China from the sale of Sewardin of about $4 million as well.
About $13 million bucks.
So we're sitting good. I mean, we do have a loan to RAB that actually I think it was just paid off today. So now we're debt free and net going to have about $9 million in the till. So.
I got to tell you on a personal note, nobody is more tenacious than this guy here, Rod Husband. You get guys like a bulldog. He gets into a project, he gets his teeth into it, and he does not let go. I think that's the biggest compliment that Al Corlin can give anybody. Again, remember, I am highly prejudiced in this situation because I do own stock, which I purchased in this particular company. We are going to keep updating you on what's going on with Majestic in China. On a personal note, I have to say I wish Rod all the luck in the world. And you know what? If anybody can pull it off, he's going to be able to. Rod, thanks so much, buddy.
Thank you, Al. Appreciate it.